For 3 years, I was the whipped husband of Ice Queen CEO Sarah for a whole 3 years. She treated me like a dog, her family treated me like trash. Until that day, her dad threw a check at me, $100 million to leave his daughter. I grabbed her hand right back, eyes filled with tears. All right, Dad, I'm out of here right now. Hey, wash my stockings by hand. Don't you dare use the washer, it'll ruin them. A pair of stockings just tossed on the bed. This was my daily life for 3 years stuck in this book. 3 years ago, I got transported into some cheesy revenge novel. I became the tragic side character who gets kicked to the curb in the end. Why are you still standing there? Hurry up and wash it, I need it tomorrow. Got it. Oh right, my dad wants to meet you tomorrow. Finally, the story was moving forward according to the original. Billionaire Richard would hand me a check to make me leave, and that idiot original guy actually turned it down. Dress sharp tomorrow, don't embarrass the family. Got it. I choked back the excitement bubbling inside me. Once I get that money, I'm finally free from this cursed storyline. 100 million, man, that's a whole lot of zeros to smile about. Nothing. Just thinking, is your dad gonna kick me out? Be there by midnight sharp, don't get my dad worked up. I turned and walked into the bathroom, shutting the door behind me. Staring at my own pathetic reflection in the mirror, I couldn't hold back a wild grin creeping across my face. Daddy, oh my sweet daddy, you're finally coming through for me. The next day I dug out the shabbiest outfit in my closet and put it on. It's not like I wanted to look like this. The family never bought me a single decent piece of clothing. This outfit I bought myself when I first got here. I've worn it for 3 years straight. The collar was practically bleached from washing. Ryan, you're wearing that to meet my dad? Seriously. It's the only thing I own that's even remotely presentable? Wow, now he's complaining. Be grateful you have anything to wear at all, eating off us. Living off us and you still want fancy clothes, who do you think you are? Sponging off us and you have the nerve to be picky. If you weren't so insistent on keeping him around to keep other guys away, I'd have thrown him out ages ago. That familiar bitterness rose up again. The words stuck in my throat, all I could do was bow my head lower. I've heard variations of this speech for 3 years now. 1,000 times easy. The only reason Sarah kept me around was so she wouldn't have to deal with all those rich suitors used me as a human shield, and I willingly played that shield. Sarah seemed a little embarrassed by all this. She pulled a card out of her wallet and tossed it in front of me. The pin 6-8, don't embarrass me out there. I looked at that black card completely unmoved. I wasn't touching a cent of that money once Richard hands over my check. He might use it as an excuse to dock 10 grand off what he owes me, and I wouldn't have a leg to stand on. Honey, you're home. You're Ryan? So you're Ryan, hello sir? Sarah sat down obediently next to him, and I stood there like a stranger, alone in the middle of the living room, facing judgment from the whole family. Finally, Richard took a sip of his tea and set the cup down. That crisp clink hit me like a hammer straight to the chest. He raised his eyes to meet mine and spoke slowly. I'll give you 100 million. Leave my daughter alone. My blood started boiling in that instant. Sir. What? What do you mean by that? Sarah and I truly love each other. Ha, truly love each other. Ryan, take a good look at yourself in the mirror. What exactly are you? You think you're good enough to talk about love with my daughter? 100 million. You're lucky your ancestors did something right, Richard ignored them completely. He just watched me quietly, seemingly waiting for my final answer. His eyes told me any excuse I made would be pointless. I closed my eyes in what looked like pain, my body trembling slightly, as if I'm wrestling with myself since you've already put it this way. Staying any longer will only make things hard for Sarah. I turned to face Sarah, my expression full of reluctance and heartbreak. Sarah, I'm sorry, I can give you the life you deserve. Maybe leaving is the last thing I can do for you. Sir, you are like a second father to me, don't worry. I'll take this money and get as far away as possible right now. I promise I'll never show my face around Sarah again from this day forward. You're like a real father to me. Let go, I'm not letting go. I'll never forget this kindness. Whatever you need from now on, just say the word, "I'll walk through fire." Without a second thought, that's it, Ryan. You shameless, ungrateful little punk, where's my money? Where's the check? Don't worry, sir, once I have it, it'll vanish immediately. Get out right now. All right, Dad. I tucked the check carefully into my jacket. Then I turned and walked away without a single glance back. Thanks for the hospitality, never seeing you again. I sprinted out of the mansion as fast as I could, flagged down a cab straight to the bank. Sitting in the cab, I pulled out the check and stared at it over and over, convinced my eyes were playing tricks. 100 million. It really is 100 million. I've never seen this much money in my life. The cab driver glanced at me in the rearview mirror, probably seeing my cheap clothes. And this giant check in my hands, he looked at me like I was crazy. I didn't care. My mind was already racing through my future. Buy a house. I took a deep breath as we pulled up to the bank and walked into the VIP lounge. The branch manager took one look at my thrift store outfit and was about to send me packing, but then he saw the check in my hand. His eyes went wide. Oh, this check. This is real, I said flatly. Cash it, walking out of the bank. The sun felt perfect. Everything after that felt like a dream. Verifying the check, opening an account, transferring funds. I pulled out my old flip phone ID had for 3 years. and chucked it straight into a trash can on the street. Bye-bye, old life. Hello, new life. I walked into a luxury men's boutique. Pointed at the suit on the mannequin, except for that one. It'll take everything else being worshipped and admired. Felt amazing. Absolutely amazing. Swiped the card, then I headed to the luxury car dealership next door. I'll take this red Ferrari cash. Mr. Ryan, well, have the paperwork ready right away. Right away. Driving my brand new red Ferrari. Cruising through the streets of the city, I felt like I owned the world. I drove around aimlessly and somehow ended up right outside Sarah's company. The towering skyscraper gleamed under the sun. I pulled over and lit a cigarette, wondering what Sarah was up to right now, probably still furious at her gold-digging ex-husband. And looking down on me thinking about it just then, a familiar Bentley pulled up outside. Sarah stepped out, still wearing that same icy cold expression. A man walked beside her. It's him. Jake is back, head of the Dragon Throne. Peak of martial arts, a legend in his own right. Never thought I'd run into him here, so he came back for that arranged marriage after all. I couldn't care less about their reaction. I hit the gas and sped right past them. In the rearview mirror, I saw Sarah just standing there, frozen, staring at the direction I drove off and not moving for a long time. That feeling, how do I put it, it's like tossing out something you thought was garbage only to turn around and find out it was a priceless diamond all along, regretting it now. Next, I headed to the most exclusive district in the city, Cloud Peak Palace. Bought an 800 square meter riverside penthouse in full standing at the massive floor-to-ceiling window. Looking out over the entire city skyline at night, I felt like I'd reached the top of the world. I threw a huge party, invited a ton of gorgeous women I never even dreamed of before, champagne by the pool, bright lights and endless flowing wine. This is the life a guy like me deserves. I felt like I was the main character now. Ha ha ha, not bad, Mr. Third richest guy in the world. There's a lady out front asking for you named Sarah. Sarah's here? What could she possibly want? Did Richard have second thoughts? Trying to get that money back? No way. A guy like Richard never breaks his word. He wouldn't pull something that petty. I waved my hand signaling the music to stop. Everyone by the pool went quiet, curiously watching me. I straightened my clothes and casually told the butler send her in. I wanted to see what this Ice Queen CEO was really after a few minutes later. Sarah walked into the party wearing a sharp business suit and heels. When she saw the lavish scene by the pool surrounded by beautiful women, that permanent icy expression of hers finally cracked. Her eyes were filled with undisguised disgust. Ryan, this is the life you're living now that I left you. Yeah, so what did you expect me to stay pure for you? Crying myself to sleep every night, my dad's money. Is this how you're wasting it? It's my own money. I can spend it however I want, Sarah. You don't exactly get a say in this anymore, do you? There was a time I didn't even have the guts to raise my voice in front of her. Now I could look down on her and watch her shake with anger, helpless to do anything about it. It felt better than slapping her in the face after a long moment. She finally forced out through gritted teeth, Ryan, come back with me! Ha ha ha. I was laughing so hard tears started forming. Come back, we're back to being your servant. Washing your socks again, Sarah. Are you out of your mind? Why would you think I'd ever go back to you? Because you love me. She actually believed those 3 years I spent groveling were all because of deep love for her, even after taking the money. She thought that love would still be there. I dropped the smile and looked at her with a blank expression. Sarah, you're wrong. I never loved you. Never loved you, not once. I'll say it again. Those 3 years of humiliation were nothing but an act I put on so that one day I'd get the money I deserved and finally admit the truth. 100 million to buy back 3 years of my youth, worth every penny. I don't believe you. If you never loved me, why were you so good to me? Why put up with my mother's insults? Why did you know your dad would come for me eventually? Sarah, don't flatter yourself. Aside from being decent looking and having family money, what exactly was there to love your coldness, your arrogance, or that ridiculous sense of superiority you carry around? This is unbelievable. I've never seen CEO Sarah act like this. So everything was fake, more real than real gold. Manager? Keep going, the music kicked back in loud as ever. The crowd by the pool froze for a second, then went right back to partying. Their eyes kept drifting, whether they meant to or not, toward the lone figure. Standing there, Sarah stood frozen in place, like a statue with no soul left in it, completely out of place amid the chaos. She looked like an actor who'd wandered onto the wrong set, lost and pathetic. I don't know how long passed before she finally moved. She turned around and stumbled her way toward the exit. Watching her walk away, I finished off the wine in my glass. Completely at peace, Jake showed up. You broke her heart. His voice carried a razor-sharp edge of danger. I knew it, the real trouble was just getting started. Well. If it isn't Mr. Jake here to play the hero, I didn't take his so-called threat seriously at all, are you kidding me? I'm a billionaire. Now why would I be scared of some ex-soldier? I don't care what happened between you two. Make her cry and you'll pay for it. Pay how you're gonna hit me now. Hitting you would be too easy on you. I'll make sure you lose everything you have now. Strip you back down to nothing and watch you crawl back to Sarah begging for forgiveness. Well said, such a touching love story. My tone dripped with sarcasm and Jake's face went dark instantly. You're asking for it, my eyes narrowed. But I didn't flinch right before his fist could land on my face. What? How is that possible? My fist was blocked so easily. These 2 bodyguards cost me a fortune, hired straight from the top security firm in the world. Each one a former Special Forces elite. Mr. Jake, This is my private property. Throwing punches here isn't exactly a good habit. Jake glared hard at the two bodyguards, then back at me. The killing intent in his eyes grew stronger. Looks like I underestimated you. No, you're just overestimating yourself, Jake. This is the country. This is my city. Not some battlefield overseas where you can do whatever you want. Drop that special forces attitude or things will end badly for you. I turned away from him, not bothering to say anything more, turning to everyone else. Sorry about that little disturbance, everyone, please carry on. Then I gave the two bodyguards a look. They grabbed Jake by both arms and dragged him toward the door like a piece of luggage let go of me. Do you even know who I am? Steve, let him go? Sarah, take your man and get off my property right now. Or I won't mind letting him get roughed up a little. Jake will never let this go. The party fell apart after the guests left. The massive mansion was left with just me and the staff. I sat alone by the window drinking in silence. The chaos was finally over, but I knew this was only the beginning. Jake showing up was like a thorn stuck right into my comfortable new life. Sure, I had the upper hand today, but only because he underestimated me. And I had more men on my side. I knew someone like him wouldn't take this lying down. He'd come back with a vengeance, sir. Here are the files you requested in the original story. He could bankrupt $100 billion conglomerate with a snap of his fingers. My 100 million probably meant nothing more than pocket change to him. Reading through this made my scalp crawl. Damn, this is way bigger than I thought. How am I supposed to deal with this? Am I gonna get knocked back down to nothing, right? After finally living well? No, I'm not accepting that. Why does he get to be born with everything? While I'm just a stepping stone on his path to success, I picked up my phone and dialed a number. A number I paid 10 million for from that top-tier security firm. On the other end was a man who went by the codename Ghost, the best professional fixer in the entire world, and the most feared corporate saboteur out there. Rumor has it if you pay him enough, he can take down any Fortune 500 company in under 3 months. I want you to use every resource you have to take down a guy named Jake. And that dragon throne empire behind him, bankrupt him completely. Turn him into a stray dog? There was silence on the line. After a long pause, that raspy voice spoke again. You know what you're asking for, right? This won't come cheap. Name your price without hesitation. 1 billion, 1 billion, 1 billion, that's basically everything I own. I stared at my bank balance and gritted my teeth. How many shots do you get at a life like this? Either I lose everything and go broke again, or I crush the main character of this whole world. Fine, I'll give you the billion. But I have one condition. I want him ruined completely. I slumped on the couch, staring at the ceiling, my stomach in knots. Am I being too reckless here? Betting everything I own just to spite some fictional main character. If this backfires, I can even think about it, but fear quickly turned into something else, excitement. A rush I've never felt before, going against fate, against destiny, against the main character himself. Why can't the main character lose? Why am I stuck being cannon fodder forever? I'm not buying that for a second. The next few days were nerve-wracking. I stayed locked up in the mansion, the whole time terrified Jake might send someone after me. Those two bodyguards stuck to me around the clock, even guarding the bathroom door. But everything stayed calm, not a single move from Jake's side. He never came after me, never touched my businesses either. It was like he just vanished. Sometimes I'd catch Sarah on the financial news. Still that sharp Ice Queen CEO leading her company through the market like nothing could stop her. But on camera, she looked thinner, colder too. A week later, I was sweating it out at the gym, when the butler came rushing in, barely able to contain himself. Sir, something huge just happened. I stopped the treadmill, grabbed the tablet he handed me. The screen was flooded with financial headlines. Shockwaves overseas, mysterious Dragon Throne conglomerate hit with epic short attack. 10 billion wiped out in a single day. Dragon Throne leader Jake wanted worldwide for illegal fundraising, money laundering, and more by Interpol. I stared at Jake's mugshot on the screen, full of panic and disbelief, and I couldn't hold back a booming laugh. Ha ha ha, yes. Yes, I won that untouchable Dragon King. That guy who treated me like an ant just got taken down. Ghost didn't let me down. Worth every penny of that billion, all the pressure crushing my chest finally let go. I felt lighter than ever right at that moment. My phone rang. I picked up. Ryan, please, I beg you, save him, Sarah. Are you even awake right now? Why would I save him? I'd love to see him suffer for once, please. I know you hate me. I know you hate him too, but he can't go down like this. If he's caught, his life is over. Not my problem, please. If you save him, I'll do anything you want. Ha ha ha, I'll come back to you. Just like before, Sarah? You really think a lot of yourself, don't you? 3 years I groveled for you. You treated me like a dog. And now that your precious boyfriend's in trouble, you come crawling to me. Too late, what's it gonna take? Company shares, money, whatever you want, just name it. I don't want anything, I just want to watch him die. World just got a little quieter that same night. A bombshell story spread across the whole city. CEO Sarah embezzled company funds to help her wanted boyfriend Jake flee the country. Took out loans everywhere and ended up crashing the company's cash flow. Now on the brink of bankruptcy, I was in my private theater, watching the latest blockbuster when the butler broke the news. Richard suffered a brain hemorrhage from the shock of Sarah's reckless decisions. He's in the ICU, still in a coma. The once untouchable family collapsed overnight. I'm no saint, never claimed to be one. I just want to live my life in peace, and anyone who stands in my way, I'm clearing them out. No exceptions, not even the main character. A few days later, I found Jake at an underground fight club in the city. Gone was that confident Dragon King, now he's taking on a 6-foot brawler in a bare-knuckle match. Trying to scrape together cash to run, he was getting destroyed. Lying on the ground, covered in blood like a dead dog, I had my guys bring him to me. The second he saw me, those bloodshot eyes lit up with pure hatred. It was you who did this." "Yeah," he snarled like a wounded animal, trying to lunge at me, but the bodyguards held him down tight. I walked over, crouched down, and stared at his beaten-up face. "That's right. It was me. Why, Ryan, I never did anything to you." "You stole my fiancé and now you want me to lose everything. Begging on your knees in front of me. And you call that nothing, huh? Funny?" Jake froze. He must have forgotten. All that trash talk he threw at me back then. Winners write history, loser. I slapped his face pretty hard. "I'm not here for excuses. I'll give you one choice. I'm not here for excuses. Here are your options. 1. I call the cops right now. Let Interpol haul you off. You'll have a great time in prison. 2. I give you enough cash to sneak out of the country. Change your name live out the rest of your life in hiding. But you're gonna cut yourself right in front of me and ruin those fighting skills of yours for good." Jake stared me down, eyes red like they'd bleed any second. Then I handed him a knife. Jake took the blade, staring at the sharp edge. Eyes full of despair and defiance, he suddenly looked up. "One last glare at me, Ryan. They'll haunt you even in death," then he screamed, and drove the blade straight into his own gut. He groaned and collapsed straight to the ground, out cold. I looked down at him, lying there feeling completely calm inside. That was the end of it. No Dragon King coming back this time. My life finally went back to peaceful. Every day was luxury cars, mansions, gorgeous women, and everything money could buy. I became the most mysterious, most feared billionaire in the city. Nobody knew where my money came from. They just knew I had wealth and power beyond imagination. Every now and then I catch news about the family. Richard never woke up. He passed away in the hospital. The company went bankrupt. Richard's wife couldn't handle it and lost her mind. She got committed to a psychiatric hospital, and Sarah, that once untouchable ice queen, disappeared completely off everyone's radar. Some said she jumped off a bridge, unable to face the debt. Others said her creditors dragged her off, sold into some black market overseas. Nobody knew for sure, but none of the stories ended well as for her fate. I felt zero sympathy. She made her choices. Now she gets to live with them. A year later, I was relaxing on my private island, soaking up the sun. The butler handed me an invitation, "Sir. You got this invitation. It's for a charity gala hosted by the new richest man's son in the city." I wasn't planning on going, but then I saw a familiar name printed on the card, so I changed my mind. The event was held at the city's most luxurious 7-star hotel when I arrived. The ballroom was already packed with the city's elite. They all came rushing over, addressing me with respect, "Mr. Ryan." I smiled and nodded back at them, soaking up all that attention right then. I spotted her in a quiet corner, a woman in a server uniform struggling to carry a heavy tray. She was so thin, practically skin and bone, with this numb, exhausted look on her face. That face that used to stop people in their tracks now just looked worn out. So she never died, never got sold off either. She's working here as a waitress. Our eyes met across the room. She flinched hard the second she saw me, and the tray crashed to the floor. Wine champagne juice spilled everywhere, all over her too. She scrambled down, trying to clean up the mess. The hotel manager stormed over, yelling right in her face, "You idiot, are you blind? Do you know how much this carpet cost? Your whole life savings couldn't cover it." I walked over holding a glass of wine. The manager saw the look on my face and instantly switched to fake smiles. "Mr. Ryan, what brings you over here? No need to trouble yourself with this small thing." I ignored him completely, just stared down at Sarah crouched on the floor. She seemed to feel my eyes on her. Her shaking got worse. She kept her head down, too scared to look up. "Look at me." Sarah froze completely still. I said, "Look at me." My voice went cold. She slowly lifted her head, and what a sight. Pale, exhausted, full of humiliation and fear. Those eyes that used to shine like stars now just looked hollow and dead. We stared at each other for a couple seconds. Everyone around held their breath, watching curiously, probably trying to figure out what kind of connection I had with this humble waitress. "You're fired." The manager blinked, then started bowing frantically. Yes, of course, Mr. Ryan. Someone this useless should be gone already." "You heard him, you're done here." "Get out now." Sarah's eyes welled up with despair. She just lost the only job keeping her alive. She stood up, walking off in a daze as she passed by me. I grabbed her wrist. It was so thin, just skin over bone, cold with no warmth left in it. I looked at her, a smirk pulling at my lips. "So miss no job now, huh? What are you gonna do? How about I hook you up with something?" Sarah eyed me warily. I leaned in close, whispering low enough that only we could hear. "Come work for me as my maid, laundry, mopping, warming my bed. Just like how I used to serve you. How about it?" I savored the look on her face, feeling this twisted satisfaction spread through me. Sarah didn't see this coming, did you? What goes around comes around. Fortune's wheel keeps turning. Sarah finally agreed. She had no other choice. In this city, she had nowhere left to go. I brought her back to my penthouse when she walked in again. Seeing all that extravagance, her eyes went completely dull. I made her put on a maid outfit, then tossed a pair of black stockings at her feet. Exactly what she did to me 3 years ago. Go wash these by hand. Don't you dare use the washer. Sarah stared at the stockings on the floor, frozen completely still. Her nails dug into her palms. I raised an eyebrow. What's wrong? Don't want to? She bit down on her lip hard and finally gave in, bending down. She picked up the stockings, walked into the bathroom. Turned on the faucet. I could hear soft, muffled crying from inside. I picked up my wine glass, swirling it slowly. Watching the red liquid swirl around it was like seeing myself 3 years ago. Now our roles were completely flipped. From that day on, Sarah became my personal maid. I used every trick I had to torment her, humiliate her. Made her eat my leftovers. I took everything that I suffered from her and her family over those 3 years and paid it all back double. She went from angry and defiant to numb and obedient. The light in her eyes faded a little more each day. She became a beautiful doll with no soul left one night. I got completely wasted and called her into my room. I lost control and moved toward her, tension building in every step. She didn't fight it, just closed her eyes. Tears sliding down her face right as I was about to take the final step. I looked at her hollow, desperate face and suddenly felt nothing. I stopped, stepped back, sank down onto the couch, staring at the ceiling. Suddenly it all felt so pointless. I had the money, I had the status. I got my revenge on everyone who ever looked down on me. But was I actually happy? The next day I handed Sarah a bank card with 10 million on it, the pin. Is your birthday? Get out. I don't want to see you again. Sarah just stared at me blankly, like she couldn't believe what she just heard. Why? Because I'm done playing this game. Sarah disappeared from my life completely. As for me, I started over. I stopped chasing empty luxury, stopped bouncing between women. I got into investing, started doing charity work, using what I had to help people who actually needed it. I traveled to every corner of the world, saw every view worth seeing. My life wasn't just about revenge and money anymore. Years later, in a quiet little town in Europe, I ran into Sarah again. She was running a small flower shop wearing a simple cotton dress. A peaceful smile on her face when she saw me. She just gave a small nod, like I was just some stranger passing by. I smiled back at her, then turned and walked away. Every bit of history between us was gone with the wind. This was my story of flipping fate on its head, becoming the main character. And now the story comes to a close. I finally became the person I wanted to be. Real strength isn't about revenge. It's about letting go. Under the setting sun, my shadow stretched on for miles. The world is huge and the future is wide open.